So I'm Eric and I'm here today with Mike, and we wanted to talk to you about your credit score. Now, most of you are aware that your credit score is very important, but Mike, why is it so important?
Yeah, credit score is one of those things a lot of people don't pay much attention to until it negatively impacts their lives. For example, the primary reason it comes up is when people go to buy their first house. And if you think about it, a 1% change in the interest rate on a $400,000 mortgage is $4,000 a year for 30 years in additional interest that you don't have to pay. Employers are looking at your credit score, insurance companies are looking at your credit score. It's definitely one of those things to really pay attention to.
So, what actually affects your credit score?
So there's a number of factors. The most important one is paying on time. So if you do nothing else, the most important thing to do is make sure you pay every one of your bills on time. It's about 35% of credit score is just paying on time. The next most important is the amount of credit you have. And it's not just the total balance, it's also what's called the utilization rate. So in other words, the amount of credit you use versus how much you have available. So, one of the things that people think about doing is they go and close credit cards because they don't want to use them. They don't want to run up their credit. That actually can negatively impact your score because now you have less available credit to use and it increases the utilization rate. So, those are just two of the factors. There's a few others, but those are the most important factors to think about when trying to improve your credit score.
So, how do you actually improve and also protect your credit score?
So as I said, number one, pay everything on time. Number two, pay down credit card balances if you can. Don't close old accounts. One of the things to think about is if you're going to get a mortgage, pay down the credit card balances as much as you can and leave them that way for 30 days ahead of it, because they actually take a snapshot of your balances and it determines your credit score for that period of time. So just taking small proactive steps can really change things for a 30-year mortgage, essentially.
So, let's say someone's already in a situation where their credit score is not really good. How can they get themselves out of that challenge and actually raise their credit score? And if someone's in that situation where they're either bankrupt or they're at the point where they're behind on a bunch of bills, is it even worth it? Besides just getting their score up, what's the benefit for them getting their score up?
Yeah, I mean, it actually is not as hard as it sounds. I mean, like I said, the most important things: make sure you pay everything on time for a period of time. Pay down what you can. But I've actually seen people who had bankruptcy on their record that had a terrible credit score. A few years later, it's improved, and about 5 to 7 years later, they're in the 800s and have an excellent credit score just because of how it's determined and how long things stay on your credit history. So it's definitely possible. It's definitely something to do. There's no situation in which it's not worth it.
So it's not the end of the line at some point.
Absolutely not.
I even learned a few things today about credit score. I hope you did as well. And if this is something you want to learn more about and talk specifically about your situation, what's your credit score, how you can improve it, definitely reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you and get you on the right track to having a good credit score and help you achieve your goals.